Hello, my name is John Jenkins, and I'm bringing my second video of the day to you. The title of this video is Abandon Your Dreams. And I got the idea for this video because I just watched a video, another feel good video on TEDx Talks about how you can achieve your dreams, and the speaker was saying, you know, nine out of 10 people do not change their lives, and 9 out of 10 people do not do what it takes to completely change their lives around it and achieve that one thing that they were supposed to achieve. And this is supposed to be lamentable. This is supposed to be this great failing of humanity that we all aren't the CEO of Microsoft or the CEO of, I guess, Target or something. We're not all sipping mojitos on the islands, or so to speak. And I was thinking about it, and well, that's a good thing. I mean, when we give up our dreams, when we abandon our hope uh, for the future, as in when we abandon our hope for making it to the top, uh, and having that supermodel wife, having that Porsche in the garage, we come to the conclusion that uh, we come to the conclusion that you know uh, that life is better when you don't get what you want. Basically, if you are if you are on minimum wage, you make more than double what I make in a year. And if you have if you have if you have if you have a family of people who uh, speak to you on who actually speak to you, and look you in the eye and speak to you, and actually want to be related to you, then you have more than I'll ever have. And I'm not doing this to do some fake equivalency by saying, oh, you have more than me and I'm happy, because I'm not happy. I'll never be happy, and that's the point. Get rid of your dreams. Why? Because the things that you dream for are wrong. Uh, I, mo- Most people are wrong about most things. I was wrong about most things growing up. So give up all of your dreams. Why? Because that supermodel that you want to marry, she she's a she's all kinds of disgusting. That new higher paying job that you want is filled with stress. Is either filled with stress or filled with boredom. Uh, you know, all that money you want is all that all that money you want in your bank account is basically monopoly money at this point. So the human body was not designed. The human body and brain were not designed to get the corner office. The human body and brain were not designed to uh, spend 24/7 drinking alcohol on the beach, unless you're a beach bum. The human mind was designed to live in uh, a not quite hospitable environment, as in you were designed to look for food uh, in places where it can't be found by other animals. You were designed to survive in places where other animals cannot survive. You were designed to achieve. I'm not too convinced that human beings were supposed to procreate on this level, as in uh, on the level of 7 billion people. That might be a side effect of the war culture. Uh, I'm starting to think that human beings were probably not supposed to procreate as much as we have because we don't need to. We're smart enough to survive with just uh, one kid per family. We're smart enough to survive. Uh, we can survive below replacement. So you know we're we 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 are we are designed to live and survive in places as in Chicago where there's ice on the ground, and if I mean the human body has no fur, no flubber, so we were designed to survive where we weren't supposed to survive. We were designed to make a way out of no way. So this whole industry that TEDx is a part of, the whole follow your dreams industry. First of all, your dream is not what you really want. You know, your dream is not what you really want, and you can look at the list on Wikipedia of all the famous people who have killed themselves because they got all that recognition. I mean, these guys were getting recognition, money, women, cars, houses, fame, Academy Awards, scientific Nobel prizes, and they were just killing themselves. Whereas certain scientists who certain scientists and uh, certain scientists and businessmen and entrepreneurs who had lost everything, who had went from being a millionaire to having, you know, no money at all. They survived, and I'm not doing that other false equivalency of saying that being poor makes you suicide proof. Suicide happens at every income level, which is my point, which is that you know your dreams are not what you really want. It you know Some people want suicide, as in certain cases in Europe when they would a woman last year got assisted suicide in Europe because she didn't want to have to experience growing old. Now, I don't want to have to experience growing old either, but I will unless somebody kills me first. Uh, but what people want uh, differs for every person. Some people want to die. Some people want to, uh, uh, you know, go off the grid. Some people want to win the Academy Award. Some people want to be the first man on Jupiter. Some people just want to have that baseline life, two and a half kids, one car garage, or maybe even minimum wage. You know, So back to the subject at hand, abandon your dreams, which means that, you know, if you can eat every day and if you have a safe place to sleep, then uh, then you are doing good. And even if you don't have those things, you're probably doing good. As in, life, when you're put on this planet, you're going to die. And, you know, nobody is going to make you rich just because you deserve it. There are many people who have invented many great things, but they never became successful because nobody, there is no Santa Claus. Nobody's going to drop down your chimney and say, "You've been a good boy this year. You cured cancer, so I'm going to make you uh, richer than Bill Gates." The person who cures cancer will probably make less than other scientists who uh, the scientist who cures cancer will probably make less money than the scientist who makes the next popular weight loss drug, such as Ali. So, you know, there is no Santa Claus. You're not going to get it just because you deserve it. You're not going to get it just because you work hard. You're not going to get anything. You're going to get what you're supposed to get. And am I saying not don't work hard? No, I'm saying this is more incentive to work hard because you know if you're not sitting around with your hand out saying, "Oh, woe is me, why didn't I get what I deserve?" then you are more then you are going to be working, as in I have to do this work if I want to maintain what I have or improve it. It's like if you're an African person if you're an African person in an isolated village, you may say, "Well, I'm smart enough to be king of this entire village. I'm sorry, I'm smart enough to be president of the country." But in the meantime, you haven't eaten in 2 days. So what do you have to do? You need to uh, kill an animal. Take its fur. You know, tie the fur together to make a string. Use that string to fish. Of course you'll eat the animal too, but you're gonna need to keep the fur to make strings so that you can fish. Or however they make string in isolated villages in Africa. But that's the point, is that give up your dreams. Is that what you think you want is not what you want. And I'm living proof of this. Is that I thought that I wanted all the women, all the this, all that, all the fancy Porsches. But when I looked into those things, when I really investigated those things, I came to the conclusion that they're not as great as, you know, they're not as great as you think they are. As in, seeing a picture of a Porsche is a lot more impressive than actually owning one. And if you've ever felt a Porsche, they use the they use the same uh, they use the same cheap material that you'll find on a Honda. The the skin of a Porsche is made of the same flexible cheap material that you'll find on a Honda. You know, uh, they don't. When you look at a picture of a Porsche, it looks rock solid, as in you could drive it off a cliff and it wouldn't break. But if you actually touch a Porsche, they use the same cheap material that they use on a Honda to save money so that they can keep more profits. And uh, so what I'm saying is that you're in your imagination, everything is better than it actually is. And this applies in all areas of life. Everything in life. If you ever watched cartoons as a kid, when I remember those cartoons like Animaniacs when I was a kid, they seemed like the most well made, solid animations I've ever seen. And when I was in college, I went and I bought Animaniacs on DVD, and I was like, "What is this?" The the drawings were uh, there was all this instability in the line work, and the lines were all squiggly and stuff like that. There were incomplete drawings, numerous cases of recycled animation. I was like, I mean, the old Mickey Mouse cartoons were higher quality than that. So this just goes to show you that the way you imagine what you want, the way you imagine the things that you want is not the way they actually are. When you imagine being married to a supermodel, you're imagining that that supermodel is going to treat you the way that you treat yourself because you spend 24/7 around yourself. So, in your mind, the way you treat yourself is just the way that people should be treated. But when you actually marry that supermodel, she is going to uh, teach you otherwise, as in she's not going to treat you the way that you treat yourself. She's not going to be there to feed you when you're hungry. She's not going to satisfy you when you seek pleasure. You'll, I mean, you probably never see her. Basically, she'll probably be out at the parties and doing photo shoots and things of that nature. So you probably don't want to marry a supermodel. Is what I'm saying. And I'm not even going to get into the cheating because you know that culture is all about the illicit sex. So give up your dreams, and instead of following your dreams, just be human. As in, you know, working a job, working a job, 40 hours a week is human. Being on welfare is human. Uh, you know, being CEO is human too, but uh, we haven't evolved to the point where we can make everyone CEO. Uh, so you know, so what I'm saying is that you know, give up your dreams. Just give them up instead of following your dreams. Uh, be human. Figure out how, make a way out of no way, as in figure out how you're going to survive and thrive without getting all the fancy stuff that you want. Figure out how you're going to improve your life. Get rid of the people who don't like you. Get rid of the people who are trying to set you up. Get stop going to. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but your dreams are not what you want, and just live well. All right, so have a nice day, and I'll see you later. Bye.